What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be surviving 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Anyway, let's get started with day 1. Here we are, day 1. So on day 1, the first thing I did was try and find a village. I'm quite lucky because there was a village right next to spawn. I was quite happy then. So I went into the village and I saw there was a big church. So anyway, I went into the church and had a good view of the village. I went to another house and opened the chest. I just proceeded to loot the village. When I finished that, I started making stone tools and I started mining iron from the ravine that I saw earlier. Once I'd finished mining the iron, I just went to my crafting table and made a furnace so I could spawn my iron to get iron armor. Then I went to sleep, finishing day 1. In day 2, the first thing I did was get iron for an iron armor. Then I started making my house, so I chopped down some trees. Then I got started to work on my house, worked on my floor, and after a few days of work, it turned out pretty good. You might notice there's a villager sleeping on my bed. Get out, villager, it's my bed. So anyway, that finishes day 2. After a short chopping session on day 3, I started making roofing on the house. It was pretty easy to do, but I did need some glass. I got the glass on day 4 and started putting it in the windows instead of the roof first. On day 5 I went mining looking for the good stuff. And I found diamonds! On day 5 I found diamonds. After mining for a bit, I discovered there were 4 diamonds. Literal diamonds on day 5. When I got home, I decided to put them in the chest for now, but I ended up making a diamond pickaxe later on. All I did on day 6 was just try and fill up my treasure slots in my item frames. So I made a cake, I placed one of my diamonds there, and I also got a golden apple. That's from the start of day 7, I just made a diamond pickaxe and started mining obsidian from the cave. Later on in the day, I used the obsidian that I mined to make a portal. Day 8, I decided to clear out the hill because I was going to make farms for some animals. On day 9, I wasn't recording, but I cleared out most of the hill and got fences down on a granite path. But anyway, on day 10, I started trying to get some animals in my farm. I got some chickens, then I got some cows. Later on day 11, I decided to start work on my farm. It isn't that big yet, but I'm going to make a big farm building later. On day 12, I decided to try and collect some wool, so I got a bunch of dye and placed some wool on my house. On day 13, I decided to go adventuring and I found a shipwreck. While looting the shipwreck, I actually found some diamonds. So, day 14, 15, and 16, I was in the nether and my recording was really laggy, so I actually didn't get that footage. But anyway, I decided to get some obsidian and make an enchantment table. And with the diamonds I had, I made an enchantment table enchanted, so now I have full iron armor. On day 18, I decided to fix up my treasure slots for my item frames. So I made 4 slots instead of 3, and I put a 2x door in my back. Anyway, I added obsidian to my collection. On day 20, I went mining, but I didn't really find anything good. On day 21 and 22, I went mining, but I didn't find any diamonds. I only found a bit of iron and redstone. Days 23 and 24, I spent at the mine, but days 25 and 26, I started work on my new farm building. It doesn't look good yet, but I'm going to make it look good later. On day 28, I started construction on my farm building. It's not that tall yet, but I'll make it taller in a few more days. On day 29, I went shopping for some trees because I needed wood for my farm building. Day 30, I continued construction on my farm building and I've got a bit done, but I still have a lot to go. Still working on construction on day 31. On day 32, I started construction on the second layer, and now I'm doing carrots. Still making that floor on day 33. On day 34, I lost the footage, but on day 35, I'm still working on that farm. I made a granite path to my farm building on day 36. On day 37, I continue my granite path. This is the only footage I have of day 38. I don't know what happened to it. I think this footage was from day 38, but I'm not sure, so I'll just assume it is. By the way, if you couldn't tell, this is supposed to be a storage room, and this is day 39. I was farming away on day 40. For the design of my storage room, I made redstone for where I put the chests. Day 42, I spent mining for andesites. Filling in the wall on day 43. On day 44, I used granite to make pillars for where I was going to put my item frame. On day 45, I put in my item frames. On day 46, I started construction on a road which would save the series later on. Still working on that road on day 47. On day 48, some raiders showed up. I killed them, but I tried to go to my storage system, but the raid got set off. Luckily, I did survive the raid, but my villagers didn't, and I didn't get the footage for it. On day 50, my plan was to extend the road to find another village, but I needed food first, so I have to farm. On day 51, I continued construction on the roads because I was going to try and find a village to get some armor. Later into my road, there was a river in the way, so I decided to use it for travel. I made a pit stop with a lot of boats. On day 53, I cleared out some trees and blocks in the way of the river. On day 54, the river hit the ocean, so I made a slight area where you had to use the boats. Another chest full of boats on day 55. On day 56, after a short bit of inland travel, I was making a bridge. I actually found a dog on the way there, which is kind of cool. A bit of field travel on day 57. Looks good. I was still on that road on day 58. On day 59, I timed the road and it takes 4 minutes and 15 seconds from that time. I was back to work on that path on day 60. I went adventuring in the mountains on day 61. On day 62, I found a village. It's a small village, but I can work with it. On day 63, I went home looking for items to trade. On day 64, I came right back to construction. I'm pathing in the mountains on day 65. On day 66, I started snow pathing. After a bit of snow pathing, I saw some pillagers and I killed them. Day 67, I spent getting a milk bucket so I could get rid of the bad omen effect. After like 20 days of work, I finally reached the village on day 68. I went home on day 69. On day 70, I got some of the workstations that I would need for villagers. On day 71, I came right back to my village. On day 72, I started getting my villagers jobs. On day 73, I went coal mining and traded with my villagers. All I did on day 70 was coal mine, literally. I went home on day 75. On day 76, I came home and I farmed. Look at all these carrots. Look at all these carrots. On day 77, I started selling the carrots for huge profits. Day 78 and 79, I spent getting some new and fancy diamond boots. This is day 82 because I must have lost a few recordings. But anyway, today I just was home and then I went back to the village. On day 83, I got my new shiny diamond leggings. On day 84, I tried to get a Fletcher, but he didn't even want a job. Like, why would you not want a job in my village? What interesting happened on day 85 and 86 is I got my first diamond chest plate. On day 87, I got a Fletcher so I could get emeralds way easier. On day 88, I finished my full set of diamond armor. All I did on day 89 and 90 was sell sticks for emeralds. I was gravel mining on day 91 and 92, and I finally got 1 emerald. On day 93, I wasn't recording, but on day 94, I just no more gravel mining. Or the same really on day 95. I'm still trading on day 96 and trying to get that full set of diamond tools. I bought hose on day 97. I bought a shovel and an axe on day 98. On day 99 I wasn't recording, but on day 100 I tried to get a nice sunset. Anyway, that finishes the 100 days. Drop a like and subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching.